Peace and high frequencies, everybody. The topic today, as I was getting dressed and prepared to go into the office, I was thinking about this. I was listening to Black Magic 363, and Sister Maya was on there, and she was talking about energies and the mother energy and spirit guides. And so when she started talking about spirit guides, my mind immediately went to the babies. And this one is it is directed to my ladies. It's really directed to my ladies, but it's not solely for the ladies. But the ladies have to do the work initially on this, and I'm getting ready to travel, y'all. I'm getting ready to move out. But this one is definitely for the ladies on the work that has to be done. And as always, I like to share my story and my journey before I get into do this, do that, do this, do that. So it goes like this. For those ladies that have had miscarriages or abortions, aborted babies, okay? And those who've had miscarriages, those ancestors that came in, for whatever reason, they came in, they reincarnated into your womb, and then they left. That was part of their mission. Part of their mission was just to reincarnate into your womb during that time and space, take up that energy, feed your body whatever nutrients it needs to, and to leave out. And then for you to receive a higher knowing or enlightenment or come into your awakening from the loss. Because we'll always notice that our enlightenment, our awakening comes from pain. And it comes from loss. And it comes from rejection. It'll come from all of these. Alarm went off. It comes from all of these, what we would call negative aspects of life that causes us to reflect and to question, and then we end up questioning to the point that we question back within ourselves, and we find what we've always been wanting to know back within. But it takes the opposite end of the pole, that pain, that hurt, that disgust, that sorrow, the loss of a loved one, of your child that you held in your womb. That's miscarriage. Now, for those ladies who have had abortions, I fall into that category. I've had abortions. And so I'm going to go with you all with what Spirit guided me. Spirit guided me because I had talked to sisters that within my sister circle during that time a few years back. And some of them practice Ifa. And they were giving me some Ifa rituals to do. And it didn't resonate. And so I was sitting at the park one day, and Spirit guided me to do a blood ritual. Now, I'm not going to go into what all the blood ritual was, but I had to do the blood ritual at the park. I had to atone for the abortions. Remember, I got an S at the end. The abortions that I had chosen to do. It was by choice. It wasn't by force. It was by choice. And so, even in the dream last night, and part of the dream, I had received word, and it's all going to connect back out. Just rock with me here. I had received word that somebody was talking about my significant other, and it was this white lady that I didn't like. I don't know who this white lady was, but I didn't like her in the dream. I had heard her using some racial comments against me in the dream earlier, and I had went off on her, and I had warned her, like, if you say something else about me, I'm gonna get that ass, basically. And so I had got word that she was talking about my significant other. And I'm like, she even talking about him? Like, hell no. So I go back to where she was sitting. Get the word out there. She was engaged in a conversation with this other black woman. So I walk up and I put my hand in between their faces. I can't have talk. I put my hands in between their faces and stopped the conversation. And so the black girl was like, so you just gonna come up and disrespect me too? She got up and she said, you know, I'm known for killing. And I was like, what you known for killing for? And I looked at her, I was like, you a murderer? And she said, yeah, I've had to murder somebody before. And when she said that, I grabbed her and I hugged her and I embraced her. And I told her, I know that's not who you are. And we just held each other in an embrace, in a dream. Okay? And then I go back. She forgave me. She stepped back. She let me go back over there and get on the white lane. Anyway, that was a little snippet of the dream that I wanted to share. And as I was listening to Sister Myra talk about spirit guides, my mind immediately went to the aborted babies. Not just the aborted babies that are on my record, but the aborted babies that are trickled throughout all of us who have done them in this reality. All right? Whatever the reason or the choices was, just like in the dream, she said, yeah, I've killed. Yes, I'm a murderer. You know, that's not who I am. And I embraced her and we hugged. You know, we hugged. It was an exchange of so much love there. And I'm sharing that to say this, y'all. One, we have to forgive ourselves, not suppress. We don't want to suppress the fact that we did what we did. We don't want to suppress it, especially when you're going through your spiritual journey. There's no more suppression. You are uncovering everything, any traumas, any pains, anything that has happened, because you want to reach a higher frequency. You want to work from a higher vibration, from a higher vibratory energy, in which I told you videos back that we are reprogramming so we can connect with a higher frequency spirit that's in alignment with our soul essence, that's in direct connection with the divine. And then everything we do is in alignment with the divine, and we are walking in that energy all day. We don't even have to think about it. It is just who we are. So uncovering the fact that you had an abortion, for whatever reason you had to have an abortion or abortions or multiple, whatever it was, you did it. Acknowledge it. Forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself for whatever you did and however you did it, because we are imperfect beings in an imperfect realm. But we are working to ascend. So acknowledging it and then asking for guidance. Nobody can give you what you need to do. And that's what I had to learn. You know, when I told you I went to, one of the elders that was in my sister circle, and it didn't resonate with me because it wasn't for her to tell me what to do. It was for spirit to guide me on what to do. And when spirit told me what to do, it resonated with me. And I had to do that blood ritual, and it was released. Now, when you get to the point where spirit has told you what to do, you follow through, you give it You give it time. As we know, when we're working on ourselves and we're moving in a higher frequency towards manifestation, we're not in direct alignment as of yet. It takes some time for things to catch up. All right? So give it some time. Okay, so I gave it some time. And then now I've gotten to a point to understand that those same children that and souls and the energies that held space within my womb are now still part of who I am. They are still part of who I am. Those spirit energies are still part of who I am. And we can call them forth as spirit guides in the higher realm. Because all you're doing is just really connecting back to yourself. Because during those times that you did that, and even, you know, for me now, I don't even eat meat. I don't even want to kill a family, but I had allowed someone to take part of me away from me. What was the thought process there? You know, for some of us, it was like, you know, economically, my alarm keeps going, I got to turn it off, but I'm almost finished. Economically, it's not feasible. 2, it could have been a rape or a one-night stand or not even a real relationship or a connection. 3, you could have been young and just immature, you know, just not knowing, you know. It's so many different reasons that people do what they do when we have abortions. And, you know, the reasons, I think you should look at those reasons of where you were during that time and your thought processes as well. I did that. I uncovered where I was in the mental space and what I was seeking. All right, and then Spirit led me to the ritual. So, for those men who have been in relationships with women who decided to get an abortion, you may have been for it or you may have been against it. Either way, that was still your seed. That was still part of who you are. You have to do the exact same thing, okay? Look at the reasons on why you chose to say yay or nay for your significant other, or, you know, the person you was with. I don't know, maybe you married and you want your wife to know, or maybe you weren't really with this chick and, you know, y'all just end up having unprotected sex. She got pregnant and, you know, I don't know. Whatever the reasons were, you have to go back, you have to uncover it, and you have to forgive yourself, and you have to ask for a ritual, or what do you need to do for atonement. And then after you get that atonement and you go through those steps, and then call them forth as spirit guides in this realm, you know, because that is still your energy. That is still your energy. And we can have spirit guides, and they may come back in different forms. Right? They may come back as someone you meet in the street, be like, I don't know why I got this weird connection with this person, or I don't know why I'm so connected to this individual, or, you know, whatever. Then that energy has transformed itself after you went through the process into someone else. And I definitely believe in walk-ins, y'all. That's just me personally, but I definitely believe that walk-ins are real. And if you're not familiar with walk-ins, as I go down the street, y'all, huge speed bumps. I definitely believe in walk-ins, and energy forces can come into a physical form at will when it's in when it matches a vibration. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share today. I'm not going to go deep into walk-ins right now. That's another talk for another time. But if you're interested in knowing more about walk-ins, then definitely, of course, use our friend Google. And so I hope I've shared something with you all today who have dealt with that, or know someone who has dealt with an abortion, or if you've dealt with an abortion, or you're male or female that have made the decision to do that, or even if you're someone who your wife or you yourself had a miscarriage and you went through so much pain of not being able to get over it, then giving you a different viewpoint or perspective on what that actually was for your ascension. And as always, I leave you in peace and high frequency.